Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, KERRIE.
Hi, Annie. Hi,
Welcome.
Nikki. Welcome.
And hello to everybody who's popping in. Hi, Esther, Myrtle, Sophia, Isabella, Wendy, Karen, Fee. Tonight, we're very excited because we've got the glorious Nikki J. I know Nikki through I met her at my psychic fairs. I think it might have been in Bribey, Nikki. And yeah, I got a reading from her and she blew my socks off. And when we were doing this, I just reached out to her and said, would you mind coming on and maybe giving us a little talk about one of the many, many, many millions of things that you do? And she said she would come on. So what she's going to do with us tonight is like Energy 101, you know, which is what we have to do and what we have to use to connect.
Yeah.
So we will do our little meditation first. KERRIE's got her meditation all prepared and ready for us.
I do.
And we'll do that first.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shorter one tonight. We've done some longer ones recently, but tonight's a fairly short one. But just an opportunity for all of us to connect our energies together and also connect into that energy and relaxation moment. So should be good. Go connect with sunrise. Are you ready? Will we jump into that? Is everyone ready? Hi, AJ.
If I see the sunrise, KERRIE, it means I've been up all night. Not good at sunrising.
Well, you know, you could
I'm
turn
much
it
more
into
a sunset girl.
You could turn it into a sunset if you like. Sorry,
I can do that.
Tonight's sunrise. All right, we'll get comfy, everyone. We'll get going because the sooner we do our meditation, get ourselves into that nice space, the sooner we can hand over to the beautiful Nikki. So really looking forward to that. Okay, so let's go.
The sunrise meditation is about oneness and connection to the energy around you. Keep your eyes open and focus on the video. Sit so that you are comfortable and your spine is straight. And picture yourself, if you will, sitting on a bench overlooking the water. It is pre-dawn. The air is fresh and clean, and the world is beginning to awaken. Everything around you is in harmony. As you look over the water toward where the sun will rise, take a deep breath and breathe in the harmony of pre-dawn. As you exhale, allow all the tensions to release from you. Breathe in, feel the harmony of pre-dawn. Breathe out, let the tensions release from you. And feel your love extending in appreciation of the beauty surrounding you. The sky is beginning to lighten, and there is a pink and apricot hue that is expanding across the horizon. Take a deep breath and allow the pink energy you are taking in expand inside you. And as you breathe out, feel the tension release from you. As the sun continues spreading its warm glow across the earth, focus on the pale orange light. The pale orange light is glowing all around you, and the orange and the pink are reflecting towards you across the water. As you see the light energy reflecting across the water and the small ripples on the surface move towards you, feel your energy expanding in appreciation of the beauty that surrounds you. The earth is being bathed in the golden glow of this healing light. Take another deep breath and allow yourself to absorb and connect with this pink and orange light. The energy of life and peace and harmony. The sky begins to lighten, and you can see the sky above turning a pale blue. Allow yourself to connect with the earth energies around you. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to absorb and connect with the pinks and the orange and the pale blue, the light energy that surrounds you. The sun continues to rise, bringing with it its yellow light energy, warm and bright and filled with joy as it spreads across the earth. The light reflects across the water, sending out its golden glow directly towards you. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to absorb and connect with this golden glow. And as you breathe out, feel the tensions release from you and your energy extend out in gratitude and awareness of the beauty around you. Close your eyes now and feel the glow extending out to all parts of your body, reaching down to your feet, through your legs, through your back and stomach, through your chest, through your shoulders, down your arms to your hands, extending up your neck and through your head. All tensions are released from you. Feel the glow healing and balancing you as all tensions within your body have been removed and you feel the connection to all life awakening around you. This light energy will remain with you and align you in oneness as you stay in this higher vibration. Take a deep breath and another. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
Beautiful.
That was lovely.
Mm.
I'm all tingly.
It was an actual meditation that I did by the water, but then I added the voice, the actual wording to it afterwards, because I did that obviously in silence, but I was filming it at the same time. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
You're welcome, AJ.
Very nice.
Hi, Gail. I wondered where you were. Hi, Ray. Cool, cool. Well, without further ado, I might just hand you over to Nikki and we'll just have a listen to what she has to say.
Hello. Hi. So we're talking about energy. Yeah. Doing a bit of energy work. I believe energy is everything. So whether you're a card reader, pendulum, medium, no matter what it is, you need to be amping up your energy before connecting to anybody. So that's what I do. I do pranic healing, Reiki healing, talk about energy balls, how to get one of those and how to do one. And I thought we would do one tonight.
Ooh, awesome. That's exciting.
Yes. I'm like, oh, clear some. So when I'm doing this, because I'm a healer, that is clearing everybody's energy. So probably the collective that's here as well. So lucky me gets to feel it on me with what's going on. And doing these ones is an easy way to just get the energy and clear. Okay. And blowing it out is another one. So I thought that what we would do is practice how to do an energy ball. What is energy? I work with the seven chakras. There's a lot more, but I stick to the 7 because most people know that. Also, we have chakras in our hands. So if we all want to just try this little exercise, just turning your hands 3 times either hand. So what we're doing is turning our hand chakras on. And we're going to rub them together. Rub them together, and then we're going to feel energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're all working with. That's our energy. You got it, Annie?
Yeah.
Yep. And then when you know how to feel your own energy, then you can work with how to feel other people's energy, how to feel energy of an object. Same principle. You would just put the object in the middle and go over the object, no matter what it is, whether it be your necklace, a crystal, whatever it is, and you can soon see whether what you're wearing is congested or not as well. So we don't want to be wearing congested necklaces or anything like that. They're there to be a buffer between somebody else's energy and ours.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's really interesting, Nikki, because I do that all the time. But if I usually wear a Merkaba,
Yeah.
and all day I feel nothing. I get home from like a day of work and it weighs a ton, and I've just got to get it off my body because it's caught anything that's been hitting me. So it doesn't get to me. It sits on my heart and it all just stops there. And I don't even notice it while I'm working. But the minute I stop, it's like I got to rip this off.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's a good little tip to give it a bit of a see how big it is, how small it is. I do that with even your bracelets that you wear. So you give it a bit of a I do it very quick because I'm used to it. But you can certainly see that some of them have got nice big energy. Great, we can wear them. Others, if they're down a little bit lower, I don't know if you can see, a little bit lower.
Yep.
Then you wouldn't want to wear that because it's congested and it's not going to do you any justice.
Okay?
So Nikki, how would you cleanse that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would usually have one with me. Sage spray. I use sage spray that I make myself with I use a protectant oil that I've also got that with moon water as well. I have beds of amethyst. To be my charger, that's where I put all my jewelry straight onto the amethyst charger. Underneath your moonlight, out on the grass, underneath actual smoke.
That's really interesting too.
Selenite.
So selenite doesn't need charging. So whatever you put beside a selenite obviously is going to be charged. Beside candles as well. Yeah.
Gail's asked singing bowls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a big chunk of amethyst, and I wear a lot of silver jewelry. And I used to take all my jewelry off and dump it on the amethyst. My house got broken into, and they picked up the amethyst, tipped all the jewelry off it, and put the amethyst back. And I thought, yeah, I've lost my jewelry, but the amethyst was worth more than it really was. And I thought, silly kids, you stole the wrong thing. But yeah, I that's what I do as well. That's what I use. I was also gifted a singing bowl.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's just glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious. Give me 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. The singing bowl. And that's, I think, really good for clearing the energy as well.
Check this out, Nikki.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And it's all inscribed inside.
Now,
do you mind if
she's going to do this. One sec. If you are wearing headphones, you might want to lift them just a little bit. Bit harder, Annie.
Isn't that glorious?
Beautiful.
Sorry, Nikki. I'll put my bowl down.
That's needed. In my healing room, I have all the sound bowls and I use them every day, all the time. Clearing the room, I go through the house and do that. When I do house clearings, I would take my sound bowls, clicking, clapping, clearing energy. That's all energy. So to describe energy as well, if you've ever walked into a house and you're like, oh, I just don't like this, you know, I get a bit of an uneasy feeling, congested energy, everything holds energy. So if people had been arguing in the house and everything, that whole imprint is in that house. That's how mediums, readers can read who lived there previously and can go back generations. Because the house holds the energy.
Yeah.
So jewelry reading, this is where everything that you touch holds energy. So important to do clearing. Saging, crystals everywhere for protection after you've cleared. Sound, like the vibration, but also hertz, like different frequency music all day through your house all day. Candles through the house, sage, drums. You can use drums, clicking or clapping. So they're all the main things I use to clear. We're using universal energy, obviously. That's where we're pulling our energy from, is the universe. Always from a place of love, always coming from the highest source, and the highest frequency is love. So just like I try and tell other people, we don't need to overcomplicate energy or healing or anything like that. It's just like a mother, when a child is sick, what would they do? Straight away, that's what they do. So it's coming from a place of love. And when we send that same energy out to anybody else, that is healing, that is energy, it's the highest frequency. You can't beat a mother and child's love. So when you can tap into that kind of frequency, that love energy, and send that to your client, to others, to universal, without even people knowing you're doing it, highest frequency that you can tap into, and you are closest to source because you're coming from love. And that's where I come from. That's where, when I do readings, healings, no matter what I do, that's what I tap into, and that's what I work with.
Beautiful.
Gail's just said Nikki has beautiful crystals. Love her message tonight.
Yeah.
Nikki, have you had to? I've had a couple of people who their energy is really dark and really powerful.
Yeah.
I had a guy lift my tent off the ground once. The whole tent just came up off the ground.
Yeah.
How do you counter that?
Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer, and you keep religiously saying that. Whenever I've got spirit all over me. When I have spirit, I get goosebumps all over, so I show them.
Join the club. I listen to it.
I call them truth bumps, Nikki.
Yeah.
I call them ghost bumps. Ghost bumps.
Yeah, the minute that happens, I know I'm
just looking for chat too. Who else is feeling it? Can you actually feel the energy going out across the group the way we're feeling it?
Yeah.
On here. I'm just looking at the chat messages. I'll pop them up. Yeah. Sorry, Nikki.
I've got tingles. Yeah.
You need to say the Lord's Prayer over and over and over and over and over until they're gone. The highest frequency, like when I'm working with, I won't say demonic energy, I'll say darker energy. When I'm working with darker energy, I can feel it. And that's the only thing that I have ever known to shift it. I mean, I have a few other little mantras I say. I bring in a lot of other things. But I'm always with the Lord's Prayer, and they don't know what I'm doing, but I'm saying that about 100 times over in my head, bringing in higher beings. So you really have to reach as high as you can possibly go when you're dealing with that.
Yeah.
To counteract.
Yeah.
Because nothing is as high as the power of light. Like, so when you've got light and dark, like obviously we have got light and dark, that everything's polar. We have yin and yang, good and bad. That's a part of it. But a lot of people don't come from the best intentions, and they don't have the purest of hearts. So we have to shine our light as bright as we possibly can when we have someone sitting in front of us like that, or even when they're not around us and we can feel it. We need to come from the heart center, pump out that love, pump out that white light, say the Lord's Prayer, ask for protection for yourself, ask for them to be filled with the light of God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're obviously hurting, and they have been consumed by temptation usually.
Yeah.
You know, they're being consumed by lower energies, like as in too much toxins, too much.
Yeah.
They haven't been made aware how beautiful it feels to be in the light of God or in the light of spirit.
Yeah, and just sitting in the area of lack. It's really interesting that you say that, Nikki, because I heard a very similar message to that yesterday about when you can feel that coming from someone else, they're not necessarily directing that good energy at you, or they're angry or upset, or, you know, any of those things. How important it is in that moment to actually not hit negative with negative or go into a fear or a panic about protection, but instead counteract with sending that good energy, sending that positive energy, because it's only through that love vibration that there can be peace and healing. And anything else, you know, it just doesn't work.
Well, anything else, you're dragging yourself down.
Yeah. So I received on that yesterday, and it's so it's really, I love synchronicity, because it just reinforces that message. Yeah.
Do you know what I find though really interesting, Nikki? A lot of the things that I do, and a lot of the things that a lot of people on here do, we don't necessarily, you know, it's like if you've been a healer by accident, like I just feel that anybody who can heal can do Reiki, or they can do Pellowah, whatever it is that they can do. But what they do is they toddle off and they get a bit of paper to say, yes, you can do this. But when they go and do the course, all of a sudden, all the explanations for all the things they do make sense. And it's like, I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that for years. And for me, like my protection with my rings, I spin silver rings around myself. My protection with my stuff that I wear, all of that stuff was instinctive.
Yeah.
It's like what you say about that mother-child relationship and about how I won't take other people's shit. Like it just fires. I'm like Teflon. It just fires off me because I've been doing this for so long now that if I feel it, I just go, nope. Gatekeepers, bang. And they can't get to me, you know. And so much of this stuff, you said this, and it really resonated with me right at the very beginning, because I'm like the KISS principle. I keep it simple. And I keep saying this over and over again. There's all these bloody spiritual Barbies out there that make everything so bloody complicated. And all these gurus that charge you lots of money to learn how to do shit that you've been doing all your life. And, you know, like this, keep it simple. It's you're surrounded by this energy. You've probably been using it forever. You just need somebody to give you why you do stuff, not this is how you do it, but you've been doing it all your life. This is why you do it. And like your explanation is incredible. Like we've got Cindy, who's obviously a client of
that. I was just going to say, Nikki, Cindy's on.
Do you know what else is really interesting though? Like the first time I met you, I saw you because we were setting up for one of our psychotic fairs. And you were floating, sorry, Nikki, you were floating around the place, you know, and I was watching you and I read auras and I'm looking at you and I thought, I like her. I hadn't even spoken to you. like her, but you were putting stuff and setting up all your lotions and potions and stuff, you know, and I'm watching you, and I'm watching your aura, and I'm watching all these colours move out around you, and I thought, I'm going to talk to her. She's mine now. And I toddled over and I flung myself down. I want a reading. And I don't think we'd even started. Can I have a reading, please? And that picking up on other people's energy, I think that's something else that we just, like, there's a lady on here called Sophia. The first time I met her, it was the same like vibe. She's my sister from another mother. I want to be her friend. You know what I mean? Your energy matches my energy. Let's be friends. It's weird.
Yeah.
You also get the opposite of that, though.
Correct.
Where there's people that you just want to back away from.
Yeah.
You know, oh.
Yeah.
No. You know, so what
that's
you're
your body warning you that these people don't have maybe the best intentions or thoughts or energy as well. Whether people want to believe it or not, even if they don't say anything, their thoughts are enough. So it could be just as simple as like at a psychic fair and they're thinking, ooh, this is, you know, not thinking nice things, and you will pick that up in your body. If you're sensitive.
You get that when you do readings as well. You get this, and they
closing off. They don't want that energy read.
Yeah.
So that's sort of their way of protecting their own energy as well as don't come near my energy.
Yeah.
So that sometimes you find that people doing that when they are nervous or they're thinking, oh my God, I haven't had a reading before. I don't know what this is all about. So they're trying to protect.
They're doing a protection.
Yeah. Once you relax them and they understand that you're not a crazy lady or not, then they usually kind of, you know, like if you're, I always start with what's your name? How's your day been? You know, like form that connection first before I go into the reading, because it is quite scary sometimes going for a reading, you know, because I read for a little girl yesterday and she said, that was great. She said, the last person that read for me, she said, I was terrified for about 6 months. And we should never, ever do that to people.
I've heard a lot of bad stories from a lot of people that they've been scared away from having any more readings because they've had either bad experiences, been told bad information when someone's going to pass away, like not using their spiritual laws. They should already know the rules when they're a reader, what we should and shouldn't, and using ethics. What we should and shouldn't be doing. Just because we can pick up on something, there is never 100% guarantee, and you should, you know, never be scaring anyone. That's not our job. We're here to help, to heal, to console, and to share the love and light to others, and make their experience to know that they're supported.
Yes.
No, not to scare them away and feel like we're doing this really witchy kind of poo thing, because really we all have energy. We all have like senses. We can hear, we can smell, we can do all these things. It's just that some have learned to sort of tweak it a little bit, like a radio station. They've just turned the dial just that little bit so they can hear the music more. That's all it is. And to a good teacher, a good person helps others hear the music.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
The other stuff around this is that sometimes, like, there's people that are in this. My thing around this, Nikki, is you've really got to know yourself. Because it's about sharing someone's story. You've got to know who you are, you know, because it's an honor to share their story and be part of that journey for them, you know. And
they've gone to you to entrust you to be the person that can help them on the journey.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one of my big things is sometimes you have to unlearn, because we've all got the sixth sense. You're born with it, but it gets turned down because parents, teachers, business, life makes other things more important than this sixth sense. And I mean, this psychic stuff, any of it, 95% of it is gut instinct and inner knowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all really about trust. Trust your body, trust your senses, trust. If you listen, spirit will tell you what to do.
Yeah.
If you choose not to listen, or you can't listen because you've been blocked or stopped or told you're crazy, you know. My mum used to say, it's just a phase she's going through, she'll be all right. I was 60 and she was still saying, it's just a phase she's going through, she'll be all right. And
No.
like she's passed now, and now she's saying,
Now she knows.
when crazy really were you? You know, like we've got it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it's something that's so basic, but people make it complicated.
Mm-hmm.
The world doesn't is so mainstream. So the way that the schooling system is, the way that you're taught to act and behave, it's not for the spiritual, is it? It's not really spiritually aligned. They don't teach this, and so the sensitive souls, the ones that can feel and sense and pick up on more, they're at schooling, they're sort of look like the outcasts or the weird ones, or sometimes they can't even go through schooling. It's too much for them.
That's really interesting too.
Yeah.
I read for a lady today who works at a school at Ormo,
Yep.
and it's for kids who can't cope with
Yep.
mainstream school. They do 3 meditations a day
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
at school. Her kids are between the age of 9 and 10 and a half. That's her grade. So they start the day in the morning with a meditation to get everybody in that mindset for learning.
Mm-hmm.
Then straight after lunch, they do another meditation to get everybody into the mind. Now they do a lot of the like academic stuff in the morning when the kids are kind of fresh. And then in the afternoon, what they do is they have activities that are around a word. This is, I was fascinated by this today because she said they picked patience as a word, and she just says, this is our word. So what does patience mean for you? And it's one of the kids said taking turns. So she got all these building blocks. So the kids had to wait their turn to put the building block on, and they had to, you know, be mindful that somebody might, by the time it was getting higher, be mindful that somebody, it might fall down, and the other kid might not have had a turn. And the kids orchestrated all that. And they ended up doing collage about patience because some people went, and before they go home, they do a meditation because she doesn't know what these kids are going home to. And I just thought that's incredible
That is.
and that's out of mainstream. Now, if they did that in mainstream, maybe the kids wouldn't need to step out of mainstream.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
It squashes people's ability because they're not taught what to do with it or to enhance it, and that it's actually their sensitivity is a superpower. Like it's actually their gift.
Yes.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to run and hide from or to lock yourself in a room because it is what you've just got heightened senses.
Yeah.
Means
She
like
says that they're incredibly creative if you give them the space. Because she says that, like, she does this 5 hours a day. And she says, I hold space all day for my class, you know. And at that point, she just said, I hold space all day. And I thought, what do you do? And that was when she told me that she works at the school. And she's like a cross between a youth worker and a teacher, you know. And I thought, that's just awesome. You know, like they're still teaching in mainstream the way they taught me, and I'm nearly 70. And it hasn't changed. And I hated it back then.
We need more of those schools,
We need lots of those schools. Yeah.
So Nikki, Beck has just asked a question. It's up on the screen there.
Yep.
She feels like she is overloaded with energy at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can feel that too. So what happens when there's a lot of energy together and it's amped up? Beck, are you feeling it in your heart here? Wait for her to answer. I'm saying that's a yes. Or even if she's feeling tingly all over too much,
Mm-hmm.
put the cap back on your head, which is shutting down your senses, okay? So we're just going to use 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel you back.
Yeah.
If you can just do what I'm doing too, get rid of the energy. So we're literally
Almost sweeping it.
imagine,
Mm-hmm.
because we have this energy coming around like we felt. Imagine now we're sweeping and getting rid of it, okay? Blow it out until you feel like you're starting to not feel it so intense. Put the cap on your head. Tell me how you're feeling. She's still doing it.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye open for a response. Gail has just said, would this exercise be helpful before sleeping as well and to help sleep?
Yes, definitely shutting down all of your senses. So you can also use it like a zipper, zip it back up. Because when we're doing psychic work and in this container here,
Mm-hmm.
we're all like, we've got our senses are heightened.
Mm-hmm.
So they're open.
Yeah.
So, and if it's too overwhelming, that's another trick. Just imagine zipping your meat suit or your little, or you can just shut the doors. Or I like to just physically put the cap on.
Mm-hmm.
Blow out all the residue that you don't want on you anymore.
Yeah.
I always touch my heart because whatever you're feeling, there's an amped up here now, Beck, as well. Yeah, I close down every night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is an overwhelming feeling in the heart that I am getting from, I'm saying, Beck and probably a few others.
Yeah. So Becky's saying she feels a lot better, but tingly.
Yeah.
And I think everyone as well, the whole earth plane is going through a massive energy shift, and we're very aware of that. So when you are sensitive to energy as well, that in itself becomes the overload.
Grounding.
I've been doing a lot of grounding lately, like really thinking about. And don't you take my aura photo, Annie, because it will be red, right? Because when I get that way, when I just feel it's overloaded, bare feet on the ground, on the earth, regrounding myself to balance that energy between above and below. Because it has been a massive energy shift. That's just something I've been doing that may help everyone.
Grounding, going outside and sitting on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just walking after you've had this container here, just go outside tonight and put your feet on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe all of our energies is heightened everything up.
That's what happens though. You know, like especially like when we're doing our fairs and there's lots of people. Even when I work on my own, the energy is different from when I'm working with KERRIE because we raise each other up till we're ridiculous. Like we went away, we went to do a workshop in Gladstone. It was like growing up schoolies. It was ridiculous. And
I'll spray some stuff around for everybody.
And Nikki, you were talking about different frequencies before, and I work with vibroacoustic therapy.
Yeah.
And I've got this beautiful track called Deep Calm for teenagers.
Yeah.
And to get Annie and I to go to sleep, that's what I was playing. Okay,
yes, beautiful.
This is the frequency we need because we're just
when we are all together, it does raise.
Yeah.
I shower, Nikki.
Yep.
I wash it off. I'm a Pisces, I'm a water baby.
Same.
So if I get that, that jangly, I'm better in water. Or I go to the beach, and you do that too. You
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
the beach, and you get
Yeah.
to the water, get
Yeah.
your feet in the salt water, or your whole self in the salt water. Because for me, that really clears it.
I'll show you what have I got here. As everybody knows me, I have buckets of salt water. So another thing with my healings, and Cindy would know, salt water is my everything. So right here in front of the computer, I have a bucket that I've already pre-made with salt water. I put my crystals in there. I also do it to soak up the energy of the room and everybody else's stuff. Then I will go and empty that in the toilet, not in my house, not in my yard, nowhere else, because otherwise the yuck energy is going to be congesting in my yard. So every day, and even if you're feeling a little bit like yuck energy going on, salt water bowls underneath your bed, in your reading room, in your healing room, and just keep doing it. And if it's really funky energy, do like 2, 3, 5 of those a day, Salt water in the bowl, it soaks up all the negative down the toilet, and just keep doing that until you can feel the energy has cleared. That's another tip and trick.
That's a great tip.
And Esther, you're right. Some people are extra sensitive, like they're very empathic to the energies, and it is harder for them to clear and not take on others' energy.
Yeah.
I have always been super sensitive to energy, so I have to be very aware of that. And you're right. That does have to be an awareness to even, and I often step back. It's not because I dislike someone, it's I need to disconnect from their energy so that my auric field is not touching their auric field. And just that simple disconnect in giving myself that auric space can really help with that. But it is. I agree with you.
Any type of salt is fine, even if you've just got normal salt from Woolworths.
Yep.
That's fine. I usually use probably a litre of water, but even if you've only got a little container, that's okay. Just put water and salt, a nice handful of salt, and just keep putting that down the toilet, flush it away.
Yeah.
Another tip and trick that you can use to soak up negative energy is using an egg.
What do you do?
You get I should have grabbed one and shown you, but let's just imagine this is an egg. You can even do this test at home, where you can use a free egg that you haven't touched, just a nice egg, and then the egg. And what we want to say to this egg is absorb, which means absorb our energy, extract, take it out of us, and disintegrate. So we want the egg to take in all, same as crystals, we can do exactly the same thing that we're programming a crystal or an egg to take all of our yuck energy, all the persons. You can do this put it underneath your table or near a reading room. Even at the end of the day after reading, the egg has taken on all of the negative energy, and then you get rid of the egg. Don't crack it in your house or anything. Yeah, Himalayan salt is fantastic. But if all you've got is normal table salt, that's okay too, because salt, just like the ocean, is made of salt. So
the iodine,
so it doesn't really matter what salt you're using, as long as you're doing it, and as long as your intention is coming from the right place to actually cleanse, because intention's everything. So once you've done this little exercise, and then it's fun to go and put this all in. Some people rub the egg over them while they're saying it, and then you could get another egg that you haven't programmed, and then what you do is weigh it up, and you'll see how heavy the egg is that's taken all the energy.
That's really interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah.
So that's something fun that we could have all done if we had eggs. So
the salt
well,
stuff.
We're all into giving everyone homework, though.
Yes.
What we want to see,
homework from Nikki.
Go and try your egg a bit later. see if one's heavier than the other. And then in the Harmony for Tranquility and Celtic Tarot chat group on Facebook, let us know. We'd love to hear about it. Yeah.
Like homework.
Or comment
Cindy's
again
asked a question.
under the video. Yeah.
Cindy obviously knows what you do and how you work.
Yeah.
Cindy wants to know about rosemary. Can I just interrupt here? We've got somebody, this happens a lot. We've got somebody asking people to, I keep blocking her. Cynthia Chelsea Gomez, send me a message. Somebody clicked into this week on my webpage and sent them money. Now they sent it through PayPal, and it comes up as Celtic Tarot. This one isn't, but it comes up as Celtic Tarot. And I keep saying I never ask anybody for money. I would never take money off anybody. They wanted $3,000.
Oh wow.
3,000. Now, with the best will in the world, I wouldn't expect anybody to ever, like, if you want to pay me $3,000, go for your life. But I would never ever ask anybody for any kind of dollar contribution. And I keep saying it. But sometimes people get caught, you know.
Yeah.
So I keep blocking this one. And so if you ever see it or hear it, don't be their friend. You've got friends already.
Yeah. That's a really good timely reminder, Annie.
Yes.
Look, you won't get that from Annie. You don't get that from
Never.
me. We won't reach out to solicit anything. Yeah. If you guys want to get in touch with us, obviously you can do private readings with Annie. You know, she does the
never.
parties. Feel free to reach out. You know, if you want to do vibro sound, etc., feel free to reach out. But we will never ever solicit anything from you guys. I think the most we've ever done, we do have the buy me a coffee, but guys, it's $1 for a coffee, and it just helps towards this streaming service. So that's it. That's the only thing that we've got, and we will not solicit to you directly.
Yeah. The other thing too is if you want, because I do tarot, KERRIE does vibro sound. Nikki, I've referred 2 people to you already this week.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, they came through to me, and one of them had someone who had suddenly passed, and I sent back and said, look, I'm a tarot reader. Find Nikki J on Facebook, because Nikki she'll do mediumship readings for you, and you do it by the phone, you'll do it by like Zoom or whatever.
Zoom, FaceTime, phone.
So find Nikki on Facebook, because what you got to remember too is that tarot reading and mediumship reading are completely different. Completely different energies, different skill, different vibration. So if you want to connect with people, and you can ask your second cousin first removed to come and talk to you. It just depends on who comes through. Today my whole family arrived, like we had a party around me. You can't say, oh, come on, grandma, in you pop. It just depends on who comes. But like, I can highly recommend that if that's the sort of reading you want, go to Nikki, because she is absolutely awesome. Now let's get back to Cindy, because she's talking about rosemary.
So rosemary is another one that I use. I use it for my protection. You can cut it off, put it at your front door, put it in a vase. I use salt over my front doors. I set an intention. I use rosemary oil as well. Only love and light is to enter my home. I do a lot of readings from my home. Rosemary dates back to the days of the witches, you know, if we want to go there. Like good witches, not bad. But it's been used for healing and warding off evil spirits and everything for a very, very long time. So to have some either growing around your house, to use some, to rub some, to use the oil is that's another cleanser to get rid of lower, denser energy. So I tell you, Cindy knows, I tell her to, if we're doing a house clearing, then use some rosemary as well. And it's instead of like flowers all the time, use rosemary.
I've got outside my because I work out of this room, and it's in my house, and outside I've got 2 giant pots of rosemary. Just they're always out there. And again, I didn't know that. Instinctive.
Exactly. It's already embedded in a lot of us that have been doing this for a very long time, probably lifetime after lifetime, whether we're into like oils or we're into little bits and pieces. We just come into this world and we go, why do I love oils so much? Why do I love this so much? Why do I love, like, oh, you put the thing. Why do I want to help and heal, whether it be disabled people? Why do I want to be a nurse? Why do I want to do all these things? Because you've been there previously.
Yeah.
And who we've been all these years. And it's about just remembering who we are. Because it's who we are in our soul all these lifetimes.
Yeah.
And it smells lovely. Yes, it does.
It does smell lovely. I love rosemary.
Yeah.
That
I use it in my protection spray. It's one of the big ones I use in my protection spray. Anyone that knows all my different lotions and potions, that I have sprays and roll-ons, because we need this. Sensitive souls need to be going out in the world with something, and something that'll work quickly. So I have roll-ons, not just your beads, but oils, essential oils. It changes frequency very quickly. When everything is, like I said, everything's energy, everything's frequency. Every different plant has a different frequency. If you're getting attacked, like you said, or if you're feeling stuff, you need to shift that really quickly. So I find oils has just gone and changed your frequency level and put the, let's just say lavender, put that onto me. Now I've just changed my frequency that quickly. Like that's without having to do any tips or tricks or anything. You can just do really simple tips and tricks for yourself. If for a sensitive soul or a reader or a healer or whatever you are, you need to be able to have these little things that can help you in an emergency or in an attack or just for everyday use.
We had a lady on last week that was talking about all the different oils and all the different uses. And when I was on my own, because like all sorts of shit happened, but I was living by myself, I had Baronia burning in the house all the time. And later I discovered that Baronia is for abandonment. And I had it in the house. And if I had, like a day or I was miserable, I would just put my music on, because music changes your vibration in a heartbeat. And I'd have that Baronia burning, And it would. It's a flower essence from WA, but it's for abandonment, and it works. Like with kids who I've found, with kids who are struggling at school or who are being like ostracized. Do you know how these girls that do this? You know them?
Yeah. Play with us.
It sort of soothes and settles. The other one I've found with kids is orange. It's a happy. It smells like sunshine. And when my grandchildren are here, I use orange because it just lifts the orange oil, and I burn that, and it just lifts their energy. And it's wee tiny itty bitty things like this that you do instinctively. And it's like what I was talking about with that Reiki. Oh, that's why I do it. All of a sudden, it's just this light bulb moment. Oh, I've been doing that for years.
Overcomplicate things. And when I teach, there's no overcomplicating for mothers with their children. This is where we need to go right back to basics. Yes, there's symbols. Yes, I know it's nice to get the piece of paper and it's nice to have all these things. But there's a lot of natural healers out there without pieces of paper doing marvelous work.
Oh, yeah.
Not overthinking. They don't even know what they're doing. Hey, Cindy. And it just comes naturally to them wanting to share their light to others and wanting to really help others. And that is, I got goosebumps again, that is the crux of the most important thing, not a piece of paper, is doing the work and helping others. And that's where you come from.
KERRIE and I were
looking at everyone in our group here too tonight and watching the interaction again with everyone, which is so beautiful. And it's exactly what you're saying. You're seeing everyone share their insights and lift each other up within the group, and it's the great intent. And we love, just while I think of it, we love you guys so much because we see that. and we feel that of everyone that sort of comes in and jumps into these lives. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And having that as part of the live stream group here that joins
Nikki,
us.
what you were, sorry,
Yeah.
Kerrie, what you were just saying there, Nikki, about, you know, the nurses and the natural healers and all that stuff. Kerrie and I were invited to go on a radio show, and we toddled off, had an adventure, off we popped to meet this man to go on his radio show. And I was having this chat with him, you know, and I said to him, you know, because I was a community worker for like over 40 odd years, you know,
Yeah.
and I said to him, you know, like when I was working, I would do this and I would do it. And he went, oh, you use this in your day-to-day life. And I just looked at him and I said, this is my day-to-day life. There's no division. That's how I live. I use it all the time. I use it. It's how I live. What's this day-to-day? Like, am I supposed to put on some
magic cloak? Magic cloak. Now you're magic.
like, piss off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so silly. We all do this every day, and it doesn't matter. You know, like if you get in an Uber and the guy in there is all love and light and happy and makes your day, that's his sharing his love and his joy and his
energy. Yeah.
with you. And we do it every single day. But this dopey man, oh, you use your spirituality in your everyday life. And Kerrie, I just looked at Kerrie and like I probably had wanker standing across the top of my head. And Kerrie and I said, we might go now. Like,
yeah, like it's who you are, it's what you incorporate, and it's what so many people do naturally. But don't necessarily recognize that that's what they're doing. Yeah.
A piece of paper is good because, I mean, like it can, maybe they can teach you a little bit more, or maybe you can have practice.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of having a piece of paper, is that you get to actually practice healing another person one-on-one and maybe fine tune what you've got. But really, you'll notice that no matter what you learn, you'll think, oh, it's not that scary, and it comes more natural than you think, especially if you're drawn to it. You're drawn to it for a reason. It's not just because why not? It's because you are a natural healer, or maybe you're a natural reader, but you think people think, oh no, I can't do that because I haven't been trained. Well, they're out there giving the love, sharing the love and healing and making a huge big difference without the pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Where can I find this?
Go ahead, Annie. I was just going to do exactly what you were going to do. So go on ahead. Yeah.
Alicia's asking, where can teachers be found? Looking and not finding. There are. It depends on where you are. There are many circles. I've, without any arrogance whatsoever, I've outgrown 2 circles.
Yeah.
You know, like I just feel I've got what I've required from the circle, and it's time to find another mentor to lift me to a different level.
Yeah.
But probably word of mouth, probably connecting with, you know, people who are spiritual in your area, people you know. All of the spiritual churches actually have circles, but I'm not a fan of them because they're very cliquey. You're much sorry, but they are. They're very, very, they're elitist and cliquey. Like any, sorry, but most formal religions that happens with, they end up, theirs is the best and they're cliquey. So word of mouth is probably the best way to do it. The other thing too is if you are looking for this stuff, start your own circle, because no matter where you start, you're going to pull people in, and it can just be like a circle to talk about this stuff. Because the minute you start talking about it, people will say, oh, I can do this. I have a circle that's been running for 2 years. And what I do with it is I'm not the hoodoo guru. I did my bit, and now I hand it over, like what we're doing here. You know, like anybody else who's got whatever, drag them in. You know, find people that will do tarot classes. Find people, pull them into your circle. Kerrie's done sessions in my circle. Amanda's done sessions in my circle. Karen, Linda, there's heaps of people have done sessions in my circle, because it's not about one person knowing everything, because that's that, like there's people, you know, like I can do baby mediumship sometimes by accident. I can't teach you how to do that. Nikki can.
Yeah.
I can teach you how to read tarot, because I can do tarot. I've been playing with tarot since I was 9, and I can teach you my bits. And you can't be good at everything.
Yeah.
If you get the energy work down pat and recognize all the stuff that Nikki's been saying, it's about you being able to raise your vibration so that you're working in the light and you're trusting. And that's what Nikki has just done tonight. As long as you're in the right space, head space, heart space. I call it head, hands, and heart.
Yeah.
That's, you know, you're using your hands to heal, whether
Yeah.
it's tarot or whatever, mediumship. It's all about healing. You work with your head and you trust and you work from your heart. And as long as you're doing that and your intention is right, it's going to come to you.
Yeah.
One way or another. Now, there's lots of people that are, Kerrie's wonderful at psychometry. I'm crap.
Yes.
You know?
Well, it's energy, isn't it? So
Energy.
everything is, I usually have my necklace on, but let's just say we take this off. So after wearing this all day, a reader that you're sensitive can, and this can be taught, I guess. The easiest way to teach yourself is grab it. Grab someone's necklace, grab someone's ring, hold it in your hand. Close your eyes. And then what is it that you're seeing, hearing, feeling, sensing? Once you shut down one of your senses, all your others wake up.
Yes.
So the quieter you can be, the more you can see, hear, feel, sense. So you can do that with psychometry. You can do that with the energy. So when I showed you the energy balls, that's so you can get used to feeling something, anything. And once you start feeling one thing, that can just grow onto everything. You can go to another person. Oh, you know, feel their energy. You can go into a house. How does that feel?
Yeah.
You can go to a secondhand shop. They have energy everywhere because there's all different energy. People have been holding on to that for a long time. I usually have an antique ring that I wear around my neck because that holds centuries, holds how many generations back of energy. Everything is energy. Once you can down pat that, so that's baby steps. Do that first. That's like we're going to preschool and we're going our way up. Once we can do that and have fun with that, then learning to make that bigger, bouncing our energy, making that bigger, putting the energy around us. So once we start manipulating and playing with energy, then we can read others, we can read spirit. Because to read spirit, we have to push our energy out. So it has to be the auric field where spirit comes in is on level 5 of where we're at with our auric field around us. So once we start learning a little bit of the energy balls and having fun, we can step it right up.
The other big thing about that, though, is the first thought's the best thought, because the minute your head gets involved and says, you're not thinking, you're feeling, what are you doing? So the minute your head gets involved, you're screwed. What you need to, and it doesn't matter how ridiculous it sounds, just say it.
I teach everybody, shut your head off. So society, we're taught to learn more, more information. And I'm like, less is more. Do you know where spirit is? Less. When they come in is whether you're closest to meditating or if you can just shut everything off, then you can hear. But the busy mind can't hear anything.
I used to tell people it was the spaces between thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you make the thoughts go away, it's in the space, you know. But it's all about trust. This Cindy's wonderful. Hi, Cindy. You can be
Yeah.
our. We do this every fortnight. Pop in
Yeah.
and join us. It's
Yeah, she's
getting.
beautiful. She's definitely beautiful. She's a natural healer, but she just one that I suppose thinks you need the piece of paper, and it is nice to have, but she's out there doing so much healing every day anyway.
Mhm.
And
Cindy, I'll send you a bit of paper that says Cindy is a superhero. Signed Annie. Oceans of passion, Annie.
everyone
Get on your wall.
themselves. They think, oh, especially when it's from spirit, they think, was that a message or not?
Yeah.
Did I hear that? Was it my voice? Was it theirs?
Mhm.
It's learning to trust.
Yeah,
Trust.
that's the big bit. Yeah, that's
and
huge.
and no judgment. So when I'm with someone and
Mhm.
I'm either teaching them or with them, the first thing I say, even when I'm teaching them healing, reading, whatever, anything they're going to say, I want them to say absolutely anything they feel, see, hear, anything. There is no right or wrong, because when you get it, it's just learning to. If someone says no, it's shutting you down from trusting yourself.
Yep.
So it's just learning to go, oh yeah, I got that. Not overthink it, not overguess it. I write down absolutely everything I get, whether a person says yes or no,
Mhm.
because I'm getting it. I trust myself. I'll write it down, and whether the person knows that or not, it's meant to come, and they're meant to hear it, whether it be today or in a week.
Right. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
say to them, don't shoot the messenger, argue with your guides.
Exactly.
That's it.
Not my
That's right.
problem. This is your stuff, not mine.
That's
Sort
right.
yourself out.
I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of people, is just to trust and realize that just because they might think other people are readers or whatever, but everyone's got the gift. Everyone can do it, and it just means that maybe some of us here, like I every day, it started with cards, and I would be every day, because I'm talking to my higher self, I'm talking to spirit,
Yeah.
I'm connecting, I'm learning how to connect every day by something. And if you can put the time and devotion into spirit and not the earthly distractions, then your connection gets clearer, because they know you're devoted.
Mhm.
It's about practice.
It is.
You know, you can't
100%.
learn to swim by throwing yourself in the water.
Yeah.
You've got to practice. And
Mhm.
like what Nikki's saying, the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah,
the more you do it, the
There
better
could be a
you
lot
get.
of tools, but I've never met anyone that just says, oh, look at me, I just know everything.
Yeah, not the case. Because we're all learning, and not even just in this lifetime. We've got a long way to go when we move into higher levels as well.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
long
right.
journey.
It is a journey. It's a journey.
Yeah. So I am not John. I'm having dreams of a deceased loved one. Why is this happening? Now, Nikki may be able to add a little bit more for
I'm
this.
just going to keep shutting our heads down a bit, because there's probably heightened stuff going on. Because spirit gives you messages. They don't want to scare you. So they give you messages the best way that you're going to be able to receive them. So it's normal for people when they're either starting out to have dreams, because your loved ones and spirit aren't scaring you when you're asleep.
Mhm.
But if, let's just say that they were right in front of you, hey, here I am, you're like, what?
Yeah.
So
It's
they
also
deliver.
an easier way for them to connect to you. Because
Head shut down.
your head's shut down, but
Yeah.
you're also in your own spiritual space when you're in that. So that energy is easier for them to be able to connect with you.
And also, if you're a busy person, they might not be able to, they might be trying to connect with you. But if you're too busy, they can't. But when you're asleep, they can.
And more than anything, it's a reassurance that they still exist, right? They're just in a different form. You know, they're back to their pure energy source, soul form at that point in time, that they still exist. And more importantly, that they love you and that they're okay. you know, and more often than not, when they're coming to you in those dreams, it's providing you or wanting to reassure you of that.
Yeah.
That they still know what's going on. Yeah.
And also they could be trying to show you in other ways, signs, symbols, letters, number plates, coins on the ground, feathers. There's so many ways that spirit try songs that they play.
Setting off your fire alarm.
Yes.
So many fun stuff. Playing with the technology.
And Jessica, keep practicing. Yes, practice with your cards every day. And just trust that you can do it, you know. So, and stay in that flow as you're getting it. Yeah.
Just something
Robin,
really gentle.
Robin, your son came through to me and he's a naughty boy.
I love getting my son come through.
He came through to me. He is a naughty boy. Naughty. Well, my darlings, I'd like to say thank you so much to Nikki. That I said half an hour. You've been here for an hour. Sorry, not.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be with you, ladies. You're both very talented.
Thank you so much for your time, Nikki.
Yeah.
Really, really appreciate it. And Karen, I'm so proud of you. It's never too late. It's always the right timing. Right? It's always the right journey. But I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
So before we toddle off, we'll do a 3-card draw.
We will.
Great chat.
Are you happy to stick around, Nikki?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What we do is I'll do 3 cards and Kerrie does 3 cards, and it's just for the collective. So we'll see what's coming up for them for the next couple of weeks. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, there's one.
Okay. Can I go first, Kerrie? While you're playing. So what I've got, which is really interesting, the first thing I've got is the Royal You. These are the 7 Energies cards. And this is talking about the Royal You. And this is, if you see this, it's like straighten your crown, princess. And for you guys here, what this is really about is it's about recognizing your gifts, recognizing that you've got it, trusting yourself, and knowing you can do this. And instead of saying, I don't know if this is right, say, Spirit will never give me shit and they'll never let me down. So this is this Royal You. Straighten your crown. You got this. The second one, Sacred Reverence. Holding space.
Oh, beautiful.
Having space for yourself. Now, taking time. We do all do this, and every single one of you on here spends more time looking after other people than you actually do spend looking after and nourishing and nurturing yourself. And for me, that's what this card's about. It's about you can't give from an empty cup. And like Nikki wasn't going to come on tonight because she's been working all week and she was exhausted. And I said, look, can you just give us half an hour? And she graciously said yes. And that's you recognizing that you're done.
Yeah.
And you need to recharge is really, really important. The last one that I pulled, opening to discovery. The possibilities for you are endless, absolutely endless. If you think about all the stuff that we've talked about, all the homework that we've given you, now, you know, like you've got Nikki's stuff to also play with. And again, I'm back to trust, because the possibilities are endless. So everyone on here needs a frontal lobotomy. Chop the top of your heads off. Work from your heart. Trust that Spirit will never, ever, ever let you down. Endless possibilities. So there you go. Kerrie.
Look, I've got a beautiful energy message, but I'm not surprised, right? Because this is what we've been doing all night. And the first card that comes through is healing angel. So I'll hold that one for you there. But what I'm getting from Spirit as I'm looking at this particular card is, again, they're bringing in this golden pink light. And it was really, sort of, who's doing the meditation tonight? That's all right. I've got one I prepared earlier. Let's do the sunrise. And it brought in that pink and gold, didn't it? Right? So again, for the collective, we're really being bathed in this beautiful pink golden light at the moment, which is helping us to raise our energy, but it's also healing us during this flux of energy that's happening at the same time. And our angels, what I'm receiving from here is that, look, the wings of their love are surrounding us. They're helping us through this time. And they're reminding us that we're eternally free. You know, we are eternally free, that this is a time to refresh and re-energize, and that it's a time of moving out of a space of fear and concern and into a place of abundance. And this is around everyone at this particular time. They're also asking us to be quite mindful during this period. And I think there was a beautiful explanation that Nikki actually gave us, that the angels are bringing back through again at the moment. And they're saying that there are those around us that are being impacted by that energy, and they're reacting in different ways. That our guides are asking us to be mindful of that and to send them that love energy, send them that healing energy, help them to adjust in this new environment. Yeah, so that's coming through very strongly. And then they're reminding us, please think globally, right? It's not just us right now. This is, oh my gosh, and I don't know if you can see this, but every hair just stood on end. We are part of an incredible group of people that are here for a reason right now. And we are here to help heal the energy of the earth, raise the energy of the earth, and return to a place of being. Okay, so our angels are saying thank you. Everyone's doing great. Hang in there, right? We're all adjusting to this energy. And that's the message that they've brought through for tonight.
Beautiful.
So there you go, my lovelies. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you again to Nikki. That was just delightful. It was a pleasure. Our people have loved this.
Oh,
So
good.
thank you so much for coming on. There'll be more messages come through. We do an outgoing video that KERRIE's made. I love it. So stick around for a minute, because we'll catch you on the other side of that as well. Everybody have a wonderful week, fortnight, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, everybody. Have a really good couple of weeks. We'll see you soon.